to Robert Plant. That's that's Dominic O'Keefe from Maynooth. What are you like? Very good. Why does Christopher Columbus get the credit for discovering America? It was St. Brendan, the navigator, who got there centuries before him. Skeleton. You're so right. You're so right. It's important to keep all these things in some sort of perspective, it seems to me. Marty and Eric of Emmet, Marty. The morning it's 8:30. Time to get the latest news now with Donald Ryan. Donald, good morning.
Thanks, Marty, and good morning once again from the newsroom. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade, Helen McEntee, will bring legislation to Cabinet this morning to prohibit the import of goods from Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territory. It's hoped the legislation can be enacted before the dole breaks for summer recess. The trial of former DUP leader Jeffrey Donaldson and his wife Eleanor on sexual offences charges is due to begin today. The proceedings will get underway with the selection of 12 members of a jury for a trial that is expected to last for around 4 weeks. A search is to get underway in Armagh later for the remains of Seamus Maguire. The 29-year-old from Ahagallen, near Lurgan, was murdered and secretly buried by Republican paramilitaries in 1976. And forecasters across Europe have warned of exceptional heat as record temperatures driven by a heat dome push temperatures well above seasonal norms across the continent. An Irish temperature record for May of 28.6 degrees was recorded at Shannon Airport yesterday afternoon, with another record possible today. And now the weather forecast.
RTE Lyric FM weather.
Well, as you just heard there, any mist or fog will clear for another warm or hot day, dry and sunny for most, with top temperatures of 23 to 29 or 30 degrees. And that's all from the newsroom for now.
All right, Donald, thank you kindly. Now, time-wise, it is 8:31.
Rediscover Opel. Reimagined and re-engineered for today. Like the Frontera, Mokka, Grandland. And celebrating 35 years, the new look
€57,900. This is the Nova Noise. Desperately hoping that it gets one soon. Heading into the bank holiday be good, all right.
Yes, it definitely would. It'd be the right time to win it, yeah. Holidays and all be planned.
Since we're talking about Monte Carlo, you could take your winnings and actually no, there's a lot worse.
Don't do that.
Yes,
of all the ideas that we can think of, please don't do that one.
It's Rebecca here from 10 with the Burger King, and we know that you love
La propagande russe a tenté de présenter Joseph Figuera comme un pseudo-espion occidental. La suite, c'est le chercheur qui la raconte.
Je comprends tout de suite que j'ai été ciblé en fait parce que dès que je suis emmené à l'aérodrome, on me montre 2 photos de moi qui proviennent d'un groupe WhatsApp où il y a des ministres, ex-ministres centrafricains qui sont présents dans le groupe et je comprends tout de suite que ces photos ont été transmises au groupe Wagner. Et donc je comprends que c'est un commando en fait qui est venu me chercher et donc il m'accuse tout de suite d'être un membre de la CPC, coalition des patriotes pour le changement. Je suis menacé de mort plusieurs fois, je suis frappé, j'ai aussi le poignet menotté à la cheville pendant 2 jours. Plusieurs fois ils m'ont mis en joue et puis ils m'ont dit aussi que j'allais mourir. J'entendais des cris d'appel à l'aide, des supplications d'autres personnes qui étaient en train de se faire torturer en fait. Et puis après mon transfèrement au camp de Rouge, j'ai aussi connu plusieurs personnes qui avaient fait l'objet de tortures de la part du groupe Wagner.
Entretien intégral de Joseph Figuera et dossier complet à retrouver sur notre site rfi.fr. Le chef de l'Organisation mondiale de la santé attendu aujourd'hui en République démocratique du Congo. Il doit faire le point sur l'épidémie d'Ebola, extrêmement grave et difficile à gérer selon lui. Ce matin, on compte toujours 220 décès probablement liés à la fièvre hémorragique et plus de 900 cas suspects en RDC. À l'écoute des RFI, 7h37 en temps universel. C'est une arrestation très commentée sur chaque rive de la Méditerranée. 4 hommes ont été inculpés et écroués ce week-end à Paris. Tous sont soupçonnés d'être impliqués dans une tentative de meurtre contre l'opposant algérien Hichem Aboud. C'était en février 2025. Hichem Aboud, journaliste très critique du pouvoir en place, est visé depuis plusieurs années par un mandat d'arrêt international. Ce n'est pas la première fois que sa vie est menacée. Sofiane Amazian, vous avez joint son avocat.
Que des mineurs ou de jeunes majeurs de 19 à 24 ans s'attaquent à mon client, je suis un peu écœuré, étonné.
C'est par voie de presse que maître Dalil Essakali, avocat de Hichem Aboud, apprend cette tentative d'assassinat à Roubaix il y a plus d'1 an, la 4e déjà selon son client après Liège en 2021 et plus récemment en Espagne du côté de Madrid et Barcelone. Avec cette décision du tribunal de Paris, la justice pourra enfin être rendue. Dalil Essakali.
J'ai eu les faits reprochés aux personnes qui ont essayé d'enlever, d'assassiner mon client depuis 2021. Aujourd'hui, je suis persuadé que ces 4 tentatives d'assassinat de mon client seront traduites rapidement devant la justice de mon pays.
Hichem Aboud, 70 ans, auteur de La Mafia des Généraux en 2002, un ouvrage interdit en Algérie, estime ne pas se sentir en sécurité en France malgré plusieurs demandes de protection. Le journaliste n'était pas en France lors de la tentative d'assassinat.
Si j'ai échappé à la tentative de février 2025, c'est parce que j'ai trouvé protection en Europe. Et je me rentrais au mois de mai 2027. Et si j'étais resté en France, je n'aurais pas été ce monde aujourd'hui.
L'avocat Dalil Essakali rencontre ce mercredi le procureur antiterroriste pour réclamer des mesures de protection, car, je cite, « La vie de mon client est en danger, il y a urgence absolue ».
Sofiane Amazian, elle aussi, est une voix critique des autorités de son pays. L'avocate tunisienne Sonia Damani, à nouveau condamnée. Souvenez-vous, il y a 2 ans, elle était arrêtée en direct sur France 24. Elle est libre depuis le mois de novembre, après 18 mois de détention. Mais hier, nouveau rebondissement. Sonia Damani a écopé d'une nouvelle condamnation. 2 ans de prison, Willy Diallo, pour des déclarations sur la situation des prisonniers en Tunisie.
Cette nouvelle affaire a été engagée après une plainte déposée par l'administration générale des prisons. Selon son avocat, le tribunal de première instance de Tunis lui reproche des propos tenus à la radio en 2023, où elle avait critiqué la situation des prisons dans le pays. Sonia Damani a déjà été condamnée 4 fois avec des peines qui vont de 1 à 2 ans de prison, toutes liées à des déclarations ou publications dans les médias. D'abord pour avoir critiqué le racisme en Tunisie, puis une autre pour avoir ironisé à la télévision sur les migrants subsahariens. Dernièrement, elle avait été condamnée pour avoir critiqué l'existence de cimetières et d'autobus réservés aux personnes noires dans certaines régions de Tunisie. Actuellement, Sonia Damani est toujours en liberté conditionnelle. Son avocat a annoncé avoir fait appel de cette nouvelle condamnation. Elle est poursuivie au titre du décret 54 sur les fausses informations promulgué par Kais Saied, régulièrement dénoncé par les défenseurs de droits humains, puisqu'il a permis d'arrêter de nombreux journalistes, avocats ou opposants.
Oui, Diallo, un appel à l'unité et à la prospérité du continent de la fin de ce journal à Brazzaville, où s'ouvraient hier les assemblées générales de la Banque africaine de développement, la BAD. Hasard du calendrier, elle se tenait le jour de l'Africa Day, l'occasion pour les dirigeants d'insister sur la cohésion, Loïcia Martial.
Les mesures d'hygiène étaient renforcées sur le site des assemblées annuelles, alors que l'épidémie d'Ebola progresse dans l'est de la RDC. Le président Denis Sassou Nguesso a profité de l'événement organisé lors de la Journée de l'Afrique pour annoncer la fin des visas d'entrée au Congo à partir de 2027 pour les ressortissants africains. Une mesure pour une Afrique unie, souveraine et prospère. De son côté, le président burundais Évariste Ndayishimiye, président en exercice de l'Union africaine, a appelé à la responsabilité et à une prise de conscience collective. Au moment où l'Afrique célèbre sa journée, a-t-il dit, des millions d'Africains continuent de vivre dans la souffrance, victimes de conflits armés. Le continent recherche au moins 200 milliards de dollars pour relever les défis liés au financement des infrastructures, selon la BAD. Et ce alors que l'Afrique doit faire face à une baisse des financements internationaux. Loïcia Martial, Brazzaville, RFI.
L'Assemblée annuelle de la BAD. On en parle aussi sur notre site rfi.fr où Charlotte Cosset a interrogé Carlos Lopez, ancien secrétaire exécutif de la Commission économique pour l'Afrique. C'est à retrouver sur rfi.fr.
Et ben voilà, merci Arthur Ponchelet. RFI 9h42 à Paris. Le dernier journal des sports de cette matinée. Antoine Grenier, on parle de foot en RDC avec la fin de la phase allée des playoffs du championnat.
Une phase finale qui sourit pour l'instant au tout-puissant Mazembe en tête. Derrière, quelques déceptions, une surprise et surtout toujours des interrogations sur le calendrier de ces playoffs. Le résumé avec Pascal Mangal.
Avec une seule défaite face au FC Saint-Éloi-le-Popo lors de la deuxième journée, le TP Mazembe.
The event is on from 1st to 20th.
Restaurant.
Withdraw. And who makes...
Country here on Spin 103, coming up on 9:15 and just after 9 on a Tuesday. We play Top 10 Tuesday. Maybe you go into work at that time. We'll make sure to bring us in your headphones or wherever you can, because Top 10 Tuesday is not something that you want to miss. Trust me. I was...
Nothing but thieves live. MCD for pre-sales. And we're back with DJ.
Her detention was again extended for a second time for a final 12 hours. We understand that the woman rested overnight, so that the questioning is continuing today. She must either be charged or released by this evening at the latest.
Paul.
Very important as well. Luxury sports car maker Ferrari has unveiled its first fully electric car. The new model, it's called the Luce, will set you back just over €500,000 or $640,000. It will be available later this year and it'll have a range of over 500 kilometers. Geraldine Herbert is motoring editor with the Sunday Independent and joins us now. Geraldine, Ferraris, they're often lusted after by petrol heads. How big a step is it for the luxury sports car manufacturer to go electric?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a game changer now, and it's certainly the look of the car is something quite different from what I think a lot of people were expecting. It's, I mean, not only their first electric car, it's their first 5-seater. It's almost, whispered practical. It's got a big boot, but also, I mean, this is a company that Enzo Ferrari, famously said, we don't sell cars, we sell engines. So, I mean, the sound, the smell, the V8, all of that has been, sort of endemically important to Ferrari. So this is a game changer, definitely.
And that's what I was going to say, because part of the thrill of the Ferrari is the revving of the engine, the hum as it growls and purrs into life. You won't have that with an electric, will you?
No, you won't. Apparently there will be an option to have the artificial sound, which has been an option with a lot of the luxury cars. It isn't the same, it isn't. But it's interesting how Ferrari has said this is not an end game for them. They have said they will still sell you the internal combustion engine Ferrari that you expect, and it'll still be there. And this is just part of a new offering. But it's interesting how they have waited for now to do this. So they said they're now at a stage where they can produce the electric Ferrari they want, that will feel like a Ferrari, drive like a Ferrari, and kind of tick those boxes. Maybe not the sound, Justin, but tick the rest of the boxes. Also, it's been made in-house, which is very significant, because this, guarantees the company into the future. Is this idea that they can repair their own cars. It guarantees the resale value, and they reckon that 90% of Ferraris are still on the road. So this is a key thing with them.
And tell us about the car. You mentioned it departs from the kind of the typical Ferrari look. It has, I think, one of its designers was involved with Apple.
Yeah, this was an interesting one. So they hired the creative agency Love.From, which is headed by the former Apple design chief, Sir Jonathan Ive. And I mean, we know that Apple have redefined how we use computers and redefined the look of phones and all of that. So they bring that same expertise to this car. And it's interesting as well then from that technological point of view, because again, Ferrari estimate that most of the buyers of this car would be new to the brand. So that Apple component and that Apple look will, that's what they're appealing to, is that new Ferrari buyer who mightn't be as obsessed, Justin, about the noise.
Why have they done this? Because other supercar manufacturers, the likes of Lamborghini and Porsche, they've kind of scaled back their electric vehicle plans because the Chinese manufacturers are really excelling in this area. So why has Ferrari taken a different track?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, car makers have poured billions into this, and many of the luxury car makers have lost a lot, and policy and incentives have become much less predictable, and that's an issue. But I think Ferrari have waited until they could produce, as I said, the car that they want. And I also think it just shows the transition is bumpy, but it's still going. That is where car makers are going. They're going electric. And I think it came to a point that Ferrari thought we cannot provide, a range of cars without at least one electric car. And as, they have definitely they've done it their own way, though. They've waited and they have produced something quite different from, I think, what people would have expected in an electric Ferrari.
Has there been any reaction to we just have the pictures of it at the moment, but for Ferrari lovers, how are they going to feel about it?
But you're never going to please all Ferrari lovers by producing even the word electric itself. And we saw the backlash with Jaguar. Now, Jaguar did something quite different. They abandoned petrol and diesel completely and said, right, we're just a pure electric brand. And they have suffered a huge backlash. Ferrari are still getting that backlash because, to some people, this is just a step too far. But I think the fact that they're still going to produce petrol and diesel cars will appease some of the, some of the naysayers.
It's not cheap.
No.
No.
In fact, it's probably one of the most expensive Ferraris that they offer. It'll probably be priced in the region of kind of 550,000 euros. And also, a range of over 500 kilometers is not great. You can certainly get better. You get fairly, I hate to say the word mainstream, Mercedes and BMWs at the moment with 700 and 800 kilometers. So yeah, you won't be buying it for the range, but it is practical. You can squeeze the entire family in there, and you can do the shop with the boot and the whole lot. So,
she might as well get two.
Well
At that rate. Geraldine, thank you very much for telling us about it this morning. That's Geraldine Herbert, motoring editor with the Sunday Independent. It's just coming up to 10 to 9.
Well, the weather temperatures here could hit 30 degrees in some places today. That is mind-boggling, given just how cool it was just a few days ago. A new May record of 28.6 degrees was recorded at Shannon Airport in County Clare yesterday. So how are you all enjoying this little heat wave? I know technically it's not a heat wave, but there you go. Barbecues, beaches, a bit of safe sunbathing. Our reporter Sheila Naughton made her way to the 40-foot in Sandy Cove in Dublin this morning.
I'm going to jump in off the 40-foot there. And it's such a beautiful morning, we decided we'd just come out early. It's quiet, it's lovely. I think everybody's in better form and good weather, so we have to make the most of it.
Garden all the time, yeah, walking, swimming, talking to mad people here, the 40-foot. Just being out, and being out is so good for you, and everybody's chatting, and what could be nicer?
I'm doing a few extra swims during the good weather, but I'm trying to do 2 swims a day, or 2 dips a day.
And that's possible now.
It is, if you come down early enough like this.
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. Been outside plenty of, now just enjoying here the nice weather. Yeah, today's going to be mostly outside.
How does it affect your mood?
The winter diversion has finally worn off after 4 months. It's really been amazing the last couple of days.
Just getting up early and getting the nice weather in for a swim and taking in the sunrise. It's gorgeous. Definitely the no rain is definitely a bonus. Coming down to the 40-foot and swimming, and just going out and sitting in the sun. It's brilliant. It really lifts the mood, and it's absolutely wonderful. What about yourself? How are you spending the nice weather? I start my day with a beautiful swim at the 40-foot, and then I'm enjoying doing my gardening. It starts my day up. It's been great fun, and everyone around me appreciates my good form.
Just went on a sea swim this morning, and then we were here on Sunday as well. Oh, feel amazing, feel unreal.
Well, when it's not 6 o'clock in the morning, drink a glass of wine.
Hey, I'm Maria Hadlin. I work here at Sandy Cove Sauna by the Sea. I work for the house. We make coffees, and I make sure everyone's having a good day.
So how has it been the last few days? We've had unbelievable weather. We're due to have more good weather today. How has that impacted you, or has it?
Yeah, it's been hectic down here. I'm sure you've seen videos online or whatever. It's been very busy, and the same goes for us. We've been flat out, so it's quite good for us. So we'll take it as it comes. Hopefully it lasts. On a day like today, it's hard not to be really joyful and really just enjoy the weather while we have it. So I think everyone's been in great spirits.
Everyone's in great spirits. That report was from Sheila Naughton, who was out at the 40-foot in Dublin this morning, with plenty of fine weather to look forward to for the rest of today. But does sunshine actually improve your mood? Well, the people in that Vox Pop would seem to suggest it does, but what does the science say? Well, let's speak now to Dr. Sabina Brennan, health psychologist and neuroscientist. Sabina, thank you for joining us this morning. Have you been enjoying the sunshine yourself?
Absolutely. Spent the whole day in the garden yesterday. It's wonderful. And the thing is, it's lovely to listen to people at 40-foot, you know. Basically, it's not simply psychological or our imagination. Sunshine and bright daylight actually affect our brain chemistry, our body rhythms, and our behavior in ways that can lift mood and our energy levels.
Does it then? It does actually improve your mood, does it?
It does, yeah. And I mean, if you think about it from an evolutionary perspective, our brains evolved outdoors, not indoors. And for most of human history, daylight and darkness regulated when we slept, when we woke up, ate, moved, socialized. So our brains are still biologically tuned to the natural light cycles. And historically, sunshine signaled opportunity, safer conditions, food, movement, social interaction, and time outdoors. So an important nuance about the sunlight thing is it's not the sunshine alone doing the work. The sunshine changes what we do. So we spend more time outdoors, we move more, we socialize more, we spend more time in nature, and often we sleep better as a consequence. And all of those things we know from science independently support our mental health. So the mood boost we experience is partly biology and partly behavior.
And you say that it changes the body's chemistry as well. So what actually happens then when people spend some time outside in the sunshine?
Yeah, well, I suppose the main mechanism is light entering through the eyes, and it's signaling to the brain's master body clocks, helping to regulate them. And that sort of boosts our alertness. It regulates our sleep timing and our energy levels. And it actually, the mood-related part of the brain chemistry is the release of serotonin, which is often referred to as the feel-good chemical. There's also really large-scale evidence from a recent UK biobank studies involving hundreds of thousands of people, and they found that greater exposure to natural daylight is linked with better mood, better sleep, and lower depression risk. So,
did you hear that?
yeah, I mean that does apply all year round. That's the problem is, when we talk about things like seasonal affective disorders, we don't have the opportunity just to get outside in the daylight. And sunshine just encourages us all to get out there and get as much benefit from it as we can. And the thing is, the evidence for spending time in green spaces and blue spaces, you were talking about people in the 40-foot classic blue space, green space, going for walks or picnicking in parks. Green spaces reduce stress, rumination, and mental fatigue, and blue spaces are associated with greater feelings of calm and emotional restoration. So, it's a real good all-rounder.
And does it require then a prolonged period of good weather to get those benefits?
Nope.
Or can a few days of sunshine have that positive impact?
Any sun every day.
I think the thing for us in Ireland is, the change is what matters. After a particularly long, dull period like we've had, we'll have a noticeable impact. You can hear from people that almost immediately they feel good, and the mood can shift surprisingly quickly. So it's like we almost are collectively in the country have a natural high. With regard to the amount of time, so it can happen relatively quickly. It's also great to look at a calendar, look at a weather app and see, oh my God, there's a few days coming. But again, another large UK biobank study found that 2.5 hours outdoors in daylight on average per day improved mood, and each additional hour was associated with better mood, better sleep, and better kind of that circadian balance, our body clock. Another study found that about 1.5 hours a day in outdoor light is associated with lower depression risk. It's just good all round.
Well, good all round, although not to put a negative spin on it now, but it is hard to sleep at night, isn't it, when it's very hot?
Well, it can be, and actually, even though it wasn't that hot tonight, I was tired after working in the garden, slept a few hours, and then I kind of woke and felt it a bit of a heat. But that's classic Irish, isn't it? We're never happy when it's raining, then the sun gets too hot. But it does impact on mood, because if it is too hot and we can't sleep, disrupted sleep impacts on our mood. It makes us more irritable. So, get those fans at the ready so that you can have a good night's sleep, and watch the alcohol consumption in the sun, because we become dehydrated anyway with the sunshine, and then alcohol in the mix sort of adds to that dehydration and headaches, and that's going to impact your mood. But lots of water.
Lots of water.
Well.
Do your health a favour then. Get out over the next couple of days before the weather changes again at the weekend. Sabina, thank you very much for speaking with us. Enjoy the good weather yourself for the next couple of days. That's Dr. Sabina Brennan, health psychologist and neuroscientist. It's 1.5 to 9.
Any idea what interest rate you're saving?